Everybody, and welcome to Dice Camera Action, a D&D show. Woo!
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah!
All right.
Our second to last before the end of 2018 greets us. And previously in Dice Camera Action, the Waffle Crew were duped into an ambush at House Growlhund by some doppelgangers intent on robbing their home. And perpetrating other crimes, no doubt. In the course of escaping House Growlhund and returning to the Waffle House, the crew set upon two doppelgangers, killing one of them and capturing the other, a Diath lookalike named Plurio. And putting him, Evelyn basically slapped the manacles on him. And we ended the session with Plurio being taken into the Waffle Crew's custody. At the Waffle House, there was some disarray. Waffles got all ornery and tried to go after the doppelgangers and wrecked a door. Jenks had a harrowing encounter with two of the doppelgangers that left him a little fraught. And Squidly went off and tumbled a keg of smoke powder down some stairs, which thankfully didn't blow up in his friend's face.
He's helping.
He is.
Sure
Very much
is.
so. Yep, absolutely. And so we will kind of pick up around there or shortly thereafter with the doppelganger in the Waffle Crew's custody in their home. Now my question to you is, what would the Waffle Crew like to do with their captive?
Shove him into a closet.
Pending further discussion.
Wait, do we have a...
We were using one closet for Squidly already, so like, is there another one?
There's let's see, closets.
There's the private bath off of Paulton's bedroom.
There is the privy off of Paulton's bedroom, which is secure and has no windows, so
Yeah.
he could be duly confined there. That's probably and then there's another one actually south of the library study area
Oh, yeah.
that you can tuck him in that probably sees even less use. And
Or the turret, too.
yes, but the turret has windows.
Oh, okay, yeah, don't want that.
But he's also not a great climber.
As evidenced by the wounds he has
That's
sustained,
proven.
he doesn't do very well scaling the outsides of buildings. But
No.
you basically put him in a privy, you shove a chair under the door, and he's pretty secure at that point.
All right, cool.
Great.
And that's on the
Yeah.
third floor.
Got it. So that's the one side. It's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Strix is also immediately going to go up to Diath and explain the fact that he stranger face touched her and that she's cursed. And that's how that conversation goes. That's what she says. She just walks up and says that.
Okay. And so after hearing that, it's like as soon as Diath hears that he touched her face, Diath immediately goes, "He did what?" And immediately walks over, opens up the privy, and then immediately just grabs Plurio by the throat and
Okay.
takes out Gutter.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
did you just leave Strix at the bat like after?
Yeah.
Like, wait, why is that bad? Am I cursed? Where'd you go?
So you got Plurio by the throat,
Yeah.
got her drawn.
Dalton's like backing him up, just like, yeah, what'd you do?
Yeah, she's
Don't worry, I
like
got
holding
you,
her
bud.
hand up. She was like, if I touch your face, am I not cursed anymore?
Don't touch his face. You
Do
don't
not
know
touch
where
his
it's
face.
been.
Touch no one's face.
She touches her face, and she's like, "Still
What did we
cursed."
just say? We said don't touch face.
I'm sorry.
There will be no face touching.
But I touched my own.
This is a face touch free zone.
She goes to touch your face.
Excuse me. He just kind of swats away, just like.
While this is going on, Evelyn, you're downstairs, and you hear somebody come into the bakery on the ground floor, and knowing since life has been so precarious today, what with ambushes and whatnot, you are generally concerned.
We have a customer. I don't know what to do with customers. Strix, what do I do with the customer?
Dieth ran away with his sword.
Tell them we're closed.
We're
No,
closed.
I was told to make money. I run downstairs.
We're open. We want your money.
We barely use money as it is. We have other stuff to deal with.
Strix, you run downstairs and you see that it is Alcoria Stonemarrow, your silent dwarf archmage business partner. And she's holding a letter in her hand and just sort of flapping it in the air. And she says, "This was on your doorstep."
Oh, hello, friend. I talked to the Blackstaff the other day. I think she's mad at me.
It appears to be addressed to Evelyn.
Oh. I get disappointed for a second, thinking that like maybe I could be pen pals with the Blackstaff or something, and I take it and I'm like, all right, it's good to see you, or Corey.
Is Dieth about?
I think so. He ran away with his sword. I think he might be killing our
I
prisoner.
wish to speak with him.
Okay. I'll be right back. Just wait here, and I'll just like point to the pies. Go ahead and pick yourself out a pie, and I'll go grab it.
These don't look very fresh.
All right, I will get you one from the oven shortly. Would you like a drink first? I'll go to the tap and be like,
No, just Dieth.
okay, let's put down the drink. It might be a second because he might be killing something. I'll just go.
Just remember I'm old and don't live forever.
Why do you say these things?
But magic can make you live forever. Whee! And then I run up the stairs.
So by the time Strix gets up there, Dieth basically like has him up against the wall, like gutter, like pressed up near his throat. And Florio is still in his manacles, still claiming to be Ragnus.
Yep.
Fulton's behind him, like just doing hype gestures, like, yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are we gonna do with him?
And Ragnus is just probably saying something like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I thought this is just how you showed each other you cared. I could have. I meant no harm of it. I swear." And Dieth is just in like pure rage mode.
And Fulton's like, you shut up when you're talking to us. You got it? It's like, all right, dude. What are we gonna do with him? Gonna beat him up? Do you want to beat him up? We should beat him up.
Dieth will say, "We're gonna get every single thing that he knows, and after that, if we're merciful, we'll kill him."
Ooh, we gonna torture this Terry. I feel ya.
Hey, Strix is like listening to this, and she's like, ooh.
You see Simon standing next to Paulton, just like.
Ooh, no. Yeah, so Orcorio was downstairs. She said she wanted to see you, Dieth. I told her that you would probably be killing someone and you might be a little while because of the stranger face touch.
Without even like looking back at Strix, like he still just got like Florio just like slammed up against the wall, like sword pointed, and just goes,
Can you ask him if he cursed me?
You want me to hold down the fort while you go?
"Yeah, please." And then he'll like still grabbing by the throat, actually like slam him up against the back of the privy. So like intentionally so like his head hits the back wall as much as possible. And then Dieth will put his sword his way, take a few breaths to kind of like calm himself down, and then make his way downstairs.
Okay.
Paul was just like wringing his hands, like, "Ooh, we about to fireboard this one."
Oh, God.
Fireboard?
You go, I got this.
Evelyn is just, meanwhile, if you like flash back to Evelyn, there's like elevator music and she's just kind of standing there like, I'm sure Strix won't be but a moment. Please make yourself comfortable.
Oh yeah,
We appreciate your patronage.
Strix would have handed you the letter as well, even while you were standing there before she ran upstairs. So,
Will you excuse me just a moment? I have to respond to some professional correspondence.
Okay, so you take your leave.
I just go stand somewhere away to read
okay.
the letter.
Make a perception check.
That will be 14.
Okay. The letter is clearly addressed to you at the spires of the morning. So it must have come to here from there. And somebody must have just left it outside. And maybe they knocked on the door and you didn't hear them, you're not sure. But you, with a 14, that is enough to recognize that the handwriting on the outside of the envelope is your brother's. And boy, it's been a long time since you've seen that.
Oh! Evelyn. She goes to just like put it in her pocket. And then she takes it back out. And then she goes to open it. And then she's like, and puts it back in her pocket. And then she takes it back out. And she does this like a few times. And finally she's like, ugh. And she just opens it and reads it.
Okay. As you're reading it, some actual customers seem to come into the shop. A little. And just you hear the ringing of the bell over the door, and then they come sauntering in. First, it appears to be two kids, about maybe 8, 9, 10 possibly years old, a girl and a boy. You suspect they might be brother and sister or cousins or something because there is a resemblance between them. But they seem to be roughly the same age. And they're in the company of a tiefling woman who may be obviously not their mother, but a guardian or a warden or somebody. And the kids seem to just sort of run in and immediately go to the pies and the counter and start pointing and ogling over the goodies under glass. The tiefling woman kind of looks around, looks across at Alcoria and kind of gives her a hard gaze. And this tiefling woman has a pipe that she's been smoking, and she's wearing a red kimono with a sash tied around the waist, and she's got knitting needles stuck in the hair that sprouts up from between her horns. And you can see her face is sort of locked into what you imagine is a perpetual frown built on years of scowling, probably at young children. And she has tucked under her other arm what appears to be a box with a clasp, a long, thin box, which you think might hold maybe a musical instrument or something else fairly small and portable. You're not exactly clear what. And she holds it very guardedly and protectively, and she watches the kids closely as they survey the pies. And she says, 1 each, no more.
Am I down there yet, or is it just
just Evelyn? And Evelyn, you're kind of torn between the distraction of their arrival and these kids who are talking loudly and pointing at pies and saying, "I think there's worms in that one," and then, and of course the letter that you pull out, which doesn't have a whole lot of writing on it.
I think I like to imagine that she had finally been like, okay, I just have to rip off the Band-Aid and I'm just going to read it. And she like ripped open the envelope, but right then the bell rang and she was like, phew, decision made. And she just stuffs it in her pocket without reading it. And then goes, hello, welcome to Chickenfoot Coven Pies. I'm Evelyn, your associate. What can I help you with today?
My charges are hungry and they require a pastry. Can you offer something with a fair amount of nutrition and decent taste?
Oh, yes. I'll get our pie specialist, Strix, to tell you the exact contents of each of these pies momentarily. She will be able to provide you the most satisfactory pie shopping experience. Strix! And she goes walking off to find Strix.
Okay. All right, so Strix, you hear Evelyn screaming for you.
All right.
Dieth, you come down, having entrusted Polirio's care and well-being to your compatriot, Paulton. As you come down the spiral staircase into the bakery, you see Alcoria. She seems to be standing apart from the children and the tiefling woman, their caretaker, who has just come in. The kids are talking loudly and excitedly, and they are trying to claim to this tiefling woman that they can pick out their own pie. And the tiefling woman seems to be just listening to their rambling with a weary scowl on her face. When Alcoria sees you, she walks over to you and says, "Ah, good. What? Something happened?"
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be more specific.
At which point, there's probably some activity upstairs that sort of catches her eye or her ear, and she
Yeah.
says, "There is a good chance that a member of the Bakers Guild is going to come by sometime today to see how everything is going, and possibly to sell us some supplies, eggs, flour, and that kind of thing. Anyway, I think that I should be here to greet him and look after him during his stay, while you keep Strix locked in a closet and make sure she doesn't get out."
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lock Strix up.
You know what I mean.
Yes, but yeah, this could be very, very beneficial. Like, we do need a fair amount of supplies, especially if we can get them at a bulk price or something at the like.
Exactly.
So are they just gonna be planning on searching down here or the whole house?
Oh, we'll just keep them to the kitchen and the storage and the bakery itself. They don't need to see he won't want to see the entire house. No, not at all.
Great.
And then there's probably, well, let's see, what's going on upstairs at this exact moment, Paulton?
So, like, while they're, as he says, like, they're just gonna look around down here, right? You hear, like, thumping and, like, stuff falling over and, like, muffled, not screaming, but just, like, loud talking.
Oh my god.
You just hear, like, "Oh, he's a fasty one!"
Paulton shouting, so this is the toilet.
You know it's not good when
Things of
Nate's
the
just
sort.
smiling to himself before he says what Paulton is doing.
Just, things of the sort.
Yep. And Alcoria cannot help but cast her gaze upward through the floor.
We are dealing with an infestation.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought.
this one's squirming!
See?
Well, best to try to keep that under wraps too.
Absolutely. Any idea when the Bakers Guild would plan on coming by today?
He makes the rounds, so it's hard to say. Depends how long it takes him to get past his previous appointments, but I expect him to be around sometime between now and sundown. So I could just make myself comfortable and await his arrival. I've cleared my schedule.
Yes. You should absolutely stay here for the arrival. In the meantime, Strix is still our most experienced baker and our only experienced baker, and we still enlist her to help make sure that she can make her finest pies and finest products so that we can hopefully impress the guild. I'm sure she will.
If someone could bring some of that gunpowder, that'd be dope.
You hear Squidly, on it!
Oh my god. You want the gun too?
And I will do my best to make sure there
Okay.
are no further distractions.
All right. You sort of back up the stairs a little way and then turn and run up the rest of the distance.
Have I been able to find Strix to bring her
Yes.
down to help?
Yes, you can grab her and haul her down
right.
and encounter Dieth at the top of the staircase. So Diath,
I
you
love-
see Evelyn and Strix trying to make their way back downstairs.
I love that we're as a crew, we're just doing circles around each other,
Just going,
up, down, up,
Yeah.
down, up, down.
It's a comedy bit where like an important person shows up and each person like individually takes time to like distract them while the others accomplish something.
Exactly.
So as DS bumps into him, he'll let him know that there's a Bakersfield person coming. And we need the best possible pies and things cleaned up and in order as much as possible. Waffles and the children contained.
Strix, we need you in the kitchen right away.
I'm right here. I'm on my way. I'm on my way
I
right now.
imagine that Evelyn finds Strix like outside where Paulton is dealing with the doppelganger, and she kind of does one of those like, and just walks away from that. Like, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, Strix is gonna she's gonna leave Paulton and be like, make sure to ask him how he cursed me so I can undo it. And then she'll go down the stairs and go.
That's when you see Alcoria, you see the tiefling woman, and you see the two children, all collected together.
All right. I'm like, oh, it's so busy. Who was first? Who was first?
You can see that the young boy and the young girl have their eyes on certain things. And the tiefling woman wants to know what's in them.
Oh, all right. I'll go through each of them, and I'm like, okay, this one is raspberry and blackberry. That one's lovely. It's got some cinnamon in it too. This one is a orange cream pie. I don't even know what that tastes
The
like.
whole time this is going on, you're sort of darting eyes over at Alcoria, and she's just rolling her eyes like, don't tell them about every goddamn pie. Just tell them the one.
And I'm just like, I'm just like, all right, I'll get them for you, kids. Are these the ones you want? I'm like holding them up.
Yes, they. You can see that the girl picks hers out immediately. She likes the way that the ends of the crusts all look on the pastry. The boy is much more finicky, and he's like, that one, no, that one.
right, each time-
No, I don't like that one anymore. I want that one.
Each time I pull it out and just get a little bit more exasperated, I'm like,
You can see the tiefling woman take a slight perverse delight in your exasperation, like this sort of look on her face saying, "This is what I deal with every day, so
Right.
just cope."
I give her a look like a girl. And then I get the pies up and I'm told to accept money for these. And I look at the tiefling woman.
She digs into a pocket of her kimono and pulls out a small little pouch. You can see that there's a clasp around, or a little pin on the pouch with an emblem on it that suggests like a family crest.
Ooh, may I investigate this?
You sure can. In fact,
All right.
just make a perception check, because you think
Okay.
you've seen this crest before.
Okay, that's a 13.
You recognize the crest from a bank that you went to not too
Oh.
long ago. It is the crest of the Castellanter house.
Got it. All right.
But she
so-
gives you the money. She puts it down on the counter, and then she puts the little pouch away. Then she ushers the kids over to a table to eat and puts the box down next to her and plops down in a chair and basically takes a load off her feet.
All right. I'm curious, but very scared. So I'm just going to ask them if they'd like any drinks and just continue to serve everyone in the kitchen, and then also
Yeah.
go back to Orcorio and just kind of like
The boy and the girl shout, "Coffee!" but the tiefling woman says milk will be sufficient.
Strix is like, I wonder why they wouldn't want coffee. And she'll go get some milk, but she'll
Okay.
bring some coffee for the tiefling woman
Okay.
and hand it to her and say, "This is on the house. You look sleepy."
As you're pouring the milk, Albie, who sort of hangs out in the kitchen a lot, your little albino gazer beholder buddy, just sort of kind of drools.
Yeah. I'll hand him. I'll hand
Into
him a
it.
little snack.
Okay.
I mean, the tiefling's gonna be fine. I usually if it's for tieflings, they usually don't die if they're accidentally drooled on. So
Fair.
yeah. So I'll bring it out there. Albie can come with me too. Albie likes to follow sometimes, I think.
Okay.
And hand her the coffee and give the kids the milk. And I'll make the milk nice, with some honey, and it'll be warm to calm them down a little bit.
Nice.
But when I hand her the coffee, I'll definitely be like, it seems like you've had a rough day. So, maybe you'd like to just, relax a bit.
Okay. When you turn around, you can see Jenks has appeared next to you, Strix, and he's holding this disemboweled rag that used to be Ferdinand, his stuffed owlbear, and you can see
Right.
tears welled up in the corners of his eyes as he just sort of holds this rag up and tells you that Paulton and Diath killed Ferdinand.
Ugh. All right. Well, I'm going to pick it up and just sort of like look at it sadly and be like, hold on 1 second. And I'll just like press to digitate it to be cute again behind like hidden.
Okay.
Oh yeah, chat's reminded me that I fixed him already. I
great.
fixed him in our fireside episode, but that's
sure.
okay.
Okay, well,
Maybe
there we
he
go.
fell apart again. But he's
All right.
I did the same thing. So I
Okay.
fixed it and I just give it back to him. Like,
Okay.
here it is, it's cute again.
That's when Jenks notices the two kids, and you can see that while they're eating their pie, they've unpacked the box, which contains a bunch of little figurines of knights and monsters,
Oh, that's fun.
and they start playing with them on the table.
That's fun. I like them. Can I make one like move or something cool?
Are you talking about Jenks or Strix?
Oh, Strix, yeah.
You want to like try to cast like an illusion, like a minor illusion or something?
I don't have minor illusion. I guess I
Okay.
could animate one of them.
You could.
Maybe I'll animate one of them.
Okay.
I'll just animate one of them and have them just like run around and be like, look, it's alive! Whee!
Okay, at first they're like they're like just amazed that one of their figurines has come to life, and then they're completely enthralled and happy as clams, and they start to laugh as this thing, knight or whatever, starts to basically prance around on the tabletop.
Nice. I wink at the tiefling later. I'm like, they'll be busy for a while.
The other kids can probably make their way down too once they start hearing, oh my God, there are other kids in this house.
And I'm like, Jenks, look, friends, friends.
Yeah. So Jenks, just make a d20 roll for me.
Okay. Are they gonna stab me? 12.
Okay, that's enough to basically kind of insinuate himself into sort of an instant bond or friendship with these children and play, you know how children are, right? You know, you got two kids playing with toys. If a third wants to come in, sometimes they'll just
Oh, yeah.
bring them in, and other times they'll just cast them out, and you never know quite why. But in this case, they seem to welcome Jenks, and Jenks hits it off with them like that.
Oh, yay. And he's just like, wow, I can make some of these move too. And he
Yeah.
is like using
And,
his
suddenly,
wand.
and suddenly all the dread and fear that he's been feeling lately just sort of wash away as they play
Aw.
with the toys.
Aw.
So nice.
And that leaves us with Squidly and Nat.
Like Squidly runs down the stairs and like sees the kids playing, having a good time, and he's covered with like gunpowder and like dust on his face. He has like a cat scratch
Yes.
that's like kind of dripping blood a little bit. He's just like,
Yeah, he's actually probably got like some of the powder has probably actually caught fire because it does tend to combust. But being a tiefling, he's like barely even noticing.
I have to go wash my hands. And he like turns around and leaves.
I guess Nat.
Nat, do you think that these two new kids are about a year younger than you? Probably they're actually about Squidly's age. You estimate.
I think Nat is still a little bit shaken from this whole. Like, it wasn't so long ago that she was about to stab somebody. And she's feeling very grown up. So she looks at these kids playing, and she kind of is like. And she goes and stands by Diath at attention.
Okay. All right, Diath, you see Paulton dragging Plerio.
Oh my God.
There's like a weird he like tried to set it up. There's like trails of like gunpowder all over the floor and like hooked up to like ropes, and he's just like, you get the idea that he wasn't really sure what he was trying to do. Like you just like walk in, he turns, he's like, oh, hey, it wasn't ready.
Paul wants to play a game.
Yeah.
DF will just look at Paulton and back towards Florio, like he knows exactly what he's doing.
As this is happening, there is an explosion behind Paulton as some of the smoke powder on the floor combusts, and it blasts Simon through a doorway.
What?
Simon! I just drop him over now.
Okay. Yeah, you see Simon asses over elbows, just sort of lying there amid some other stuff in the room, and he just kind of sits up, and you can see his jester hat has fallen off and is just sort of smoking between his legs.
I don't think I've ever seen Simon without a hat. So I'm initially just like, oh, that's unsettling. And I like take it, just like dust it off, pat the fire out, and just there we go.
He just kind of looks, his eyes cast up toward the hat and then look deep into you.
You okay?
He doesn't respond. He just looks at you blankly. He doesn't have much expression.
Um,
And then he holds up a thumb, and then it's just sort of got like a fire that's smoking on the end of it.
just does kind of, I'd like Paul just kind of, yay!
All right. He looks at the little blackened thumb and then stands up.
Well, let's get you back to your room, and let's not, have you near so many explosions, potential explosions. This guy's like,
Yeah.
did
As-
they hear me say explosion?
Yeah. You're looking at Diath. When you turn back to Simon, he seems to be making his way downstairs to hear what the ruckus is about.
That works.
Yep. So it's just you, Diath, and Plurio at this point in time.
And Nat,
And Nat, yes, because Nat is standing very close to Diath. As
very adult and grown up.
Yep.
Diath will actually turn to Nat and tell her, Nat, I really need your help for just a brief moment. Can you please make sure that your fellow adventurers don't come up here for a little bit and they just enjoy their time downstairs, and just make sure they're good.
She walks off,
Good.
almost like out of march.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Diath will go to Plurio, take the chair, spin it, and then Diath will sit down on the chair, kind of lean forward on one arm, and just look straight at the Plurio, and just say, now you and I both know you are not Ragnus. You are not anything you say you are. However, you are going to tell me everything that you know. And as he's saying this, Diath takes out Moon Splinter,
Mm-hmm.
kind of plays with the blade on one tip of the finger, and then reaches down onto the side of his belt and pops out a little bottle of poison that he's been holding on to since Chult, and then kind of sits that on his knee right next to the knife.
Okay. And Plurio's enough of a good mind reader to know exactly what's in that vial and exactly what Moon Splinter is.
Yeah. To which I suppose Plurio will just say something along the lines of, "Well, then we both know this would all be much easier if you would just give us the stone." And then Diaz kind of like look up at him real quick, without even replying. Plurio will then say, "Oh, we were mistaken."
I'm in the room, right? I
Yeah,
hear this.
you are the only other one present at the moment.
It's like, Bloodstone. Catch me up.
Dia starts unscrewing the bottle. They're looking for the Stone of Galore. one of the key pieces of trying to open up their way to the Dragon Horde.
Oh.
Now, who are you trying to do this for? To which Pluriel will respond with, I suppose you don't know, but I believe your friends already do.
Like, all right. It's like, check this out. I'm going to go ahead and step in here, and I'm going to be worst cop. First thing I'm going to do is get all up in his face and yell at him. I'm going to tell Diaz, it's like, first off, I'm going to see if I can scare this guy into giving us straight answers and not play around, and also relieve you of having to RP talking to yourself. Does that sound good, dude? All right, so I like just grab him. I'm like, all right, listen here, you fake little shit. If you don't give us straight answers right now, I'm going to start slapping you in places you don't even know you had.
Pluriel actually takes his gaze back over to Dieth and will say something.
Bitch, I'm talking to you!
And we'll say, oh, you hate that, don't you? You don't like it when you don't know something that the others do. Doesn't feel good, does it?
Like, listen here, bud. I barely pay attention half the time, so I probably don't know what you're talking about. And just...
I guess Pluriel will take another point of damage.
Can I also try to intimidate him to stop being so ominous?
Sure.
Cool. So that is a 25.
All right, that seems pretty intimidating.
Mm.
I'm going to argue, too, that if he's a mind reader, and this is inspired by Herr Schlagson in chat, if he's a mind reader and he reads Paulton's mind, and Paulton is aware that he's a character in a game, that could probably give someone a big existential crisis.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I want to go down that route. So I'm just going to gloss over that.
He's at least intimidated, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Paulton's just like, I've done way worse to people for way less, buddy. I killed a guy because he, you know what? I don't even remember what he did.
I guess Pluriel was turned back towards Paulton, and also kind of addressing Dia at the same time, and saying, the Zentarum have been watching for a long time, long before you returned to Waterdeep. He actually looks at Paulton for just a brief moment and says, your first mistake was not finishing Manchun. Now this will never be over.
Paulton's like, Diaz, come here. Get a close on here. It's like, Manchun sounds familiar. Who was that?
Dia actually just says, I don't know. To which Pluriel quickly juts in and says, and that drives him crazy.
I feel like it's like, wait. It's like, I think it might be the guy on the cover. I think that's who I'm thinking of. So he goes, okay.
Just explodes from that. What?
Paulton turns back to him, and he's just like, so Manchun's the problem then, is what you're saying.
Ooh, problem. No. You've only been the problem. And the only thing we need is the answers. And if you don't have it, I bet you know who does.
I can't speak for everyone, but I don't.
Pluriel's eyes narrow. Damn it.
All right, downstairs. Strix, you've handed out the pies, you've animated a little figure. The kids are like, okay, animate that one. They're trying to get you to animate a bunch of them.
I'm like, I can only do that once in a while, but just would.
So
just play with that one.
with your spell, if I remember correctly, with tiny objects, you can animate several.
Oh yeah, I can. You're right.
So
Yeah, I can. I think it's like 3 at a time or something.
Yeah, choose up to 10 non-magical objects within
10!
range that are not being worn or carried. Medium targets count as 2, large count as 4, huge as 8. So you can animate up to 10 of these little figurines.
Oh, fun. I'm like, oh, I did not know that.
So, bing,
All right.
bing, 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 bing,
Yeah,
bing,
yeah. I'm just like,
All right.
they're all animated now.
That seems to captivate the interest of everybody. You can see Simon kind of make his way over to see what's going on over there.
I make some eyes at him and I'm like, I kind of mouth, no kidnapping. No take. Stay. Have fun.
Alcoria grabs you
Yeah!
by the hair
No! Ow!
and just sort of leans you down and says, "Could I have a word with you in private?"
What? Yes, but you could ask me.
Oh, shut up. Come here.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
She takes you aside
Right.
and casts her glance back at the playing children and Simon looking at them and saying, "Why haven't you done anything about him yet?"
What, Simon?
Yes, your little puppet boy.
I mean, he's not my responsibility. He's his parents' responsibility.
Oh, no, he's not your responsibility.
No.
I beg to differ.
No.
He lives under your roof. Under
This isn't my roof. It's technically mine.
Under
Miss-
our roof, she
Right.
says.
It's your roof way more than mine. That's correct.
Under Magnus's roof, technically. And she says, "You have the ability. Why don't you turn him into a real boy?"
Wait, do I?
You rack your brain. Make a intelligence arcana check.
I'm just like sitting there like, hold on. Like, do
Wait.
I?
Record scratch me.
That's an 18.
Okay. This, not sure why it hadn't occurred to you before, but a polymorph spell can turn one creature into another type of creature, and a construct is a creature, and a boy is a creature. There is nothing stopping you from turning Simon into a real boy with the spell. The problem is that it's not permanent.
It's only for 2 or an hour.
Right. And
Are
she,
there any, like, ethical reasons I wouldn't do this?
she says, "Don't you think you would like to try to be a real boy, if only for a short time?"
I mean, I'd like to ask him. I don't like making decisions for people.
Of course. And you can also ask him this, or tell him this, if he likes it. Tell him I can cast True Polymorph and make it permanent.
I mean, that's a very different spell.
Well,
Please
there-
teach me that spell. Can you teach me that spell, please?
And nobody else hears this except Strix.
But like mid interrogation, he's just like, something's wrong.
No, well, Strix is like, yeah, I can do that.
Leaving him in that broken down puppet form seems like a awfully cruel thing to do.
Honestly, he frightens me every day and reminds me of a bad time in my life. So that sounds great. So she'll also say thank you, just like, thanks for believing in my magic.
Of course,
It's
dear.
nice.
I am a firm believer in your magic. And in,
Yay!
and in Jenks' magic, too. I think he'll be a good wizard one day.
You think he really has magic? Because sometimes I just think he sees things and might be crazy.
I think he has tremendous magic.
Oh, how can I help him? I want to help him.
Well, were you helped by someone?
Yes, but I don't want him to have that kind of help.
I could find a friend of mine, perhaps, who could tutor him.
Well, I could tutor him, maybe. I'm just...
Yes, you could, but I could find a friend who could tutor him better.
That's probably fair. Plus, I was tutored by Baba Yaga, who I think is evil.
He seems more inclined toward wizardry than sorcery, anyway.
She, like, you see her, like, feelings get kind of hurt for a second. Like, you're right. I think he'd be a better wizard, which I'm not a wizard.
No, you're not.
That's right. I'm gonna go polymorph Simon now. Bye. She just like walks away.
So Paulton, you do feel disturbance in the force, as if NPCs were talking behind your back about things that concern you or yours.
I'll go up to Simon and say like, "Hey, Simon. Hey, Get his attention.
You get his attention. He's somewhat distracted by the animated toys and the fun that the kids are having.
Simon, I have a proposal for you. Listen, would you like to be a real person, boy? I don't know how old you are. I mean, this is complicated because you lived for 80 years with me. Whatever. Okay, would you like to be a real person for a while? And then if you like it, would you like to be a real person forever?
You see he was momentarily distracted, and then he looks right at you, and his mouth just sort of hangs open.
Now, I have one rule about this. Please, for the love of everything, just don't make any jokes. Just not one. Just I mean, not like no jokes. Just no like knock jokes or like overdone jokes. At least not in succession. At least occasionally stop for a couple hours. Is that good? All right. I don't believe you, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'll just polymorph him into, I guess, a human boy.
Well, as you cast the spell, there's a... As Paulton comes down the stairs.
Paulton doesn't even like run through the door. He just like Kool-Aid Man's through a wall.
Oh
yeah.
No!
What's happening?
Fix that wall!
You see magical energy and motes of light swirl around Simon in front of you, Paulton, as his woody flesh disappears and is transformed into actual flesh, and he becomes before your eyes a cute little dark-haired boy with a ridiculous costume on.
Did Evelyn see this happen too?
Yes.
Did she hear the real boy talk, or I assume she was kind of
No.
distracted with a customer
Yeah,
and then
no, Alcoria had taken Strix to the side to have that conversation privately, so literally she didn't hear anything until Strix started casting the spell.
Okay. So Evelyn just turns around too at the same time. I probably would.
And so does everybody else. The kids who are playing are wondering what trick Strix is doing next, and that's when you see Simon, real boy, standing before her.
Paulton's just kind of between Strix. I'm just like, what, why, what? Interrogation.
You know I could do that
Put a-
always?
Put a large pin in. Put the biggest pin you can find in this. I'll be back.
Don't leave. Talk to Simon first. You're his father.
But
Just talk to Dieth will be fine. He'll stab him. It's fine. Just talk to him.
Paulton, it's okay. I asked for this.
Oh.
Our son! Evelyn runs over and gives him a big hug.
Oh, okay, all right. There we go.
Do you like being like this? I think that you're fine the way you were, but if you like being like this, you can be like this. Well, however you want to be is just fine.
I've only been like this for like 6 seconds.
Right. And how is it?
Feeling pretty good.
Okay.
Then he sticks his finger up his nose and starts picking his nose.
That's
Okay. That's fine.
okay. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, you've got bits in there.
Simon, did you ever get to eat a pie?
He pokes his finger out and looks at it and then looks up at you and says, no.
Strix,
Yes.
what
I
pie
want-
do we feed Simon? The best pie.
Strix just like looks at the cricket pie and she's like, "Which one would you like, Simon?"
I want that one and that one and that one and that one. I want to try them all.
All right. Strix is now kept extremely busy taking slices of pie from every pie in the entire kitchen for Simon.
Evelyn's like kind of patting his head as he eats pie, and she looks at Paulton and she's like, "If you need to finish that, I'll keep him busy eating pies until you're done."
It's like, okay. We'll definitely be able to focus going back up there for sure.
I also need a Band-Aid for my burnt thumb.
Hey, how did you burn your thumb?
Yeah, how come that wasn't fixed?
"Oh, you have a boo-boo, let me fix it." Evelyn goes "Mwah," and kisses it and lays on mommy kiss.
All right, the burn disappears.
Okay, this is under as much control as it can be. I'm going to go back upstairs.
Things have been quiet up there.
That's good. I'm going to barge back into the room. It's like, all right, I am back. What did I miss? I swear to God, if he's dead already.
Florio is already dead.
All right, you know what? There's a second thing that came up, so I'm just going to get back to that.
Yeah, you
Just
see you
shut
see
the
a
door.
somewhat familiar grayish alien body. That seems to be all that's left of Plurio.
And Dieth is sitting there just like wiping what remaining poison off of Moonsplinter.
Fulton, like when he walks back in, he's just like, all right, sorry about that. I'm back and he's dead. Okay, cool.
Interrogation over.
For the sake of story or role playing, do you want to see the moments of with Dieth and Plurio, or would we rather keep that?
If you have them,
in-
let's see them.
I'll do it.
Do it.
I could do
I'll
it.
do it.
All right.
So
scene
after-
open. One man show.
Paulton goes downstairs, and from just downstairs, Dieth just hears multiple people going. Dieth continues like prepping the poison, to which Plurio will say something along the lines of, "See, we thought it would be here. On account of you, she was just here, but I guess we were looking in the wrong place. You gave it to her to sneak off to." Dieth has finished applying the poison at this point and says, "No, we did not. In fact, I had no idea she was even looking for something like this. I had my suspicions, but thanks to you, you just confirmed them. Funny how these interrogations work." Plurio will then say, "I know you like to think you're clever, but the more we watch you, the more we study. We know you more and better than you ever will. Would you like to know what she was thinking when I saw her face?" Dieth does not look up at him. And Plurio says, "Ooh, there it is. I knew there was rage somewhere deep inside of you. It's too bad, Dieth. We both know you're not a killer." To which Dieth will say, "No. But I do defend and protect the ones I love." And then we'll just press Moonsplinter into him and twist it, let go, and just sit there and let the poison take its effect. And then as soon as the poison is over, he just focuses and lets Moonsplinter reappear in his hand. And then Paulton comes back.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
Great. So he's dead. Did we get what we needed out of him?
As much as I can.
Did he tell you more about D&D Thanos?
What?
Never mind. I counterspelled that wizard, and I was kind of unaware of who was who, and then, I had a lot of people telling me, "Dude, that was crazy. When you did that, he's gonna kill you." And I'm just like, well, this isn't happening in game, so it doesn't really apply. But
Wizard. That sounds like Manchun then. He had mentioned him.
yeah, that's the one.
Leader of the Zentarum.
Oh,
Which means they too are after the Dragon Horde. They came here thinking that I had the Stone of Galore. I don't. But we know who does. Thanks to him.
as he explains who he is, like Paul's just piecing everything together. It's like, oh,
I'd like you both to make perception checks.
no. Oh,
I love our.
Oh.
No.
13.
How much?
21?
21.
13.
Okay, Paulton, you don't hear it, but Dieth, you do. It is the sound of flapping little wings.
Fuck!
Downstairs, the tiefling woman sort of starts to put the figurines back in the box and says, "Well, I think we're done here. Kids, we have to leave. Back home we go." And you see her put the toys away, and the kids are like, "Oh, I don't want to," blah, 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 blah. And Jenks is sad to see his new friends go. But they turn to you, Jenks, and you know their names are Terenzio and Elzarina, and they say that, we can come back anytime, and we'll play some more, and we'll bring our toys, and we'll bring other toys. Or you can come to our house, and we can have fun there. We have a big house not too far away from here, and we could play in our yard. And my mother has a butterfly garden.
Oh, Jenks. Jenks is gonna be like, that sounds awesome. I love big places of butterflies and magic things. Do you have magic at your place?
Elzarina says, we're filthy rich.
I don't know what that means.
We have all the money you could imagine.
But do you have magic?
They look at each other and says, we do if you're our friend.
All right. I could be your wizard.
That sounds cool. And you can see the tiefling is trying to usher them out as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Simon's like, Granny Strix.
Yes, Simon.
And he says,
Why am I Granny? Why am I always like, whatever? Yes.
Among hags, Granny is quite an honorific.
That just makes it worse.
Okay. Yeah.
She's just like, yes, Simon, yes, you can call me Granny.
I don't. You can see he's crammed much pie into his pie hole.
Nice. Nice.
And he said, I don't feel so well.
Oh, did you eat too much pie?
No, he should get as much as he wants. He's been deprived of pie his whole life. He should have every little sweet thing he wants. Do you want to exercise, Simon? Exercise is fun.
I'm not. No,
She
Simon,
gives
stop
you a
eating
weird
the pie.
look. Okay.
Stop eating the pie.
He has stopped eating the pie.
Okay. Simon, go get yourself some milk from
He
the kitchen.
he lets out a very large belch.
Yeah,
There
eating
you
things,
go.
there's only so much
Nice.
space that you can fill to eat things. So you have to go get something to drink. And then if you like being like this, you're only like this for an hour. And you have to ask if you want to be like this mostly forever.
I think I have to pee.
Okay, that's not. I
Oh,
walk
I
away.
remember the first time I had to pee after I was a construct. It felt so good. Here, I'll show you where the bathroom is.
It's the privy.
He stands up and he stops and he's like looking down his pants. Whoa.
Oops.
I am definitely not discussing this with him. And I
That's
walk
okay. Come on, honey. I'll get you cleaned up.
Okay. He makes his way upstairs, fondling himself.
Evelyn has to explain to him how human bodies work. And she's just completely nonplussed. This does not bother her at all. She's like, oh yeah, it's totally different when you're a human body and things are all soft and weird and you have to, like, fluids come out everywhere. It's very weird.
You walk upstairs. Paulton's like dragging a body. And then he sees you. And then he just sort of drags it back and hides it behind a door.
Oh my god. So Strix is downstairs alone now.
Yeah, well, more or less. You can see the
Oh, except for Orcorio.
Alcoria is
Paulson,
there.
it's fine. We're just potty training Simon. Don't worry.
Like, oh, okay. That's definitely way more interesting and more weird than what we're dealing with here.
All
I'm
right.
sorry that you're missing these beautiful milestones in our son's life, but don't worry, I have it handled.
Strix is gonna go to Alcorio and be like, could you curse someone by touching their face?
No.
I'm very confused then.
And
Well, then I must be cursed forever. It must be not a curse. You know what I bet? Poison. Maybe I'm poisoned.
people touch each other all the time.
Do they?
Yes,
This is a
they do.
weird- Paul's like, this is a weird episode.
Strix is like, I'll consider that. Then walks away.
Okay. Yeah, and you can see Alcoria is just sitting in a chair, probably the Curse of Strahd, or the Strahd von Cherevich chair, for lack of a more comfortable chair. And then you can see that the tiefling woman and the two kids have left, leaving Squidly, Jenks, Nat, and their friends behind.
Nat is noticeably not playing. She's very much like supervising.
Yeah. You take Simon Evelyn to a privy, and he just has a good time. Woo! Peeing all over everything.
Be careful.
What? No! No!
Watch your aim.
So,
It goes in the hole.
This is a really weird episode.
Yes. All the years I had teaching little children, it's been so long. This is wonderful. It goes in the hole. Why? Because that's where we put it.
Pan backs to Strix, going up to Ikoria with her hand, going, "Really? If I do this to your face, it's not going to curse you?" Just like trying to touch her face.
She just stop it.
That's the second time someone stopped me today.
Don't be childish.
I guess at this point,
Yes.
by this, Dieth will probably have come downstairs.
Dia just leaves, and Paulton's like, "What do I do with this?
Get rid of it.
You just left. You just leaving me with it?"
You seem like you got it handled.
He like looks out the window. He's like, "All right."
Okay.
So once Dieth is downstairs, he'll go up to Nat and like a firm grip on the shoulder and just be like, "Well done."
So people are walking by Troll Skull Alley. I don't know who they are or what brings them to the city, but they just catch a glimpse at the corner of their eye of this torso being jammed out of a window. Anyway,
Nat says, "Thank you. I didn't play. I just protected."
Dieth will say, "You did a good job, but feel free to play as well."
You don't play.
I'm different.
Why? I want to be just like you.
Oh, Nat.
Brave and I protect. I don't play. I'm not a baby.
I'll tell you about it soon, when you're just a little older.
She looks miffed at that because she wants to be considered a grown-up. She's kind of like, but she doesn't ever contradict Dia. So.
Yeah.
Evelyn, I'm finished.
Good job. Let's
You
go tell Auntie Strix everything.
Maybe we could train Handrew to do that.
To do what?
After he says he's finished, you hear Squidly. He's just like, "The new kid peed on me.
Squidly, what are you doing in there? Get out of there.
I'm gonna eat him."
Did we miss the part where someone from the Bakers Guild is coming by? Please clean up all the pee.
Strix, can you use that one spell of yours to clean up all this pee-pee, please?
I hate my life.
Don't worry, Mom. I'll keep you safe.
She's my grandmother.
Oh my god. At least pick one word. Pick one. Just call me Granny. That's fine. I'm
Wait,
fine with that.
She's your granny?
Oh my god.
Am I your dad?
I can't.
You are not. I'm not your
technically-
dad.
Uncle?
No, stupid.
You're stupid.
You're stupid. Okay. Suddenly, Strix and Simon are fighting,
You mean
kicking each other.
Squidly and Simon?
Squidly and Simon, I'm sorry. Yes.
That just
Squidly.
goes on ad nauseum.
Yes.
Strix is just frantically trying to prestidigitate the pee off of everything in the
Right.
bathroom.
Yes.
It's like,
Squidly's just like, "I'm from the streets, dude. I'll mess your ass up."
Evelyn's like, oh, they're playing. Isn't this nice?
I'm 90 years old. I got it up on you age-wise.
he's right. That's why he calls me Granny, I guess. I don't know. I'm having an identity crisis.
I shanked someone
Stop!
once.
Stop hitting your elders. Kick, kick, kick.
I'm your uncle. I'm your elder.
I just leave. As soon as it's clean, I leave. I'm like, I can't.
And
This is
yeah.
completely silently, completely dissociated from everything else, just trying to like figure out the books and get things prepared and cleaned up and tidied up for people coming by while this nonsense is going around in every floor.
Evelyn sees Dieth like that, and she's like, I know we talked about the kids being more responsible and doing more chores, but this is Simon's only hour so far as real human. I want him to feel what it's really like to see if he likes it.
If I still had darts in my mouth, you'd be out, motherfucker.
He's having such a good time. Look at him playing so well with Squidly.
If I knew how to use a gun, I'd mess you up, kid.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, Paulton's just like, yeah, don't worry, I'm fine up here. As he's like
And then,
trying
then
to
like,
haul up.
literally 4 minutes later, Squidly and Simon are on the roof firing a gun together.
I think you like.
Wait,
laid
no,
it-
that's too much powder. Too much powder.
No, it's fine.
You're gonna blow off half the roof.
No, it's gonna work better that way.
Squidly?
I want to go back to adventuring. I don't want to live here anymore.
Yeah, welcome to D&D, the parenting simulator.
So Simon's trying to tell Squidly how to use a gun. He's like, I'll push you. I'll push you off this roof. No one would know. No one would know how it happened.
Oh my god.
You wouldn't dare. You'd get into so much trouble. They would send you back to the docks.
Ah, you take that back.
No.
Squidly's good. Squidly's gonna try and push Simon off the roof.
Roll a d20. Roll.
Can I imagine that Evelyn has been like, she doesn't want to get in the way of their playtime, but she also doesn't want them to actually shoot each other with a gun. So I imagine she's kind of hovering off to the side, like, let the boys have their fun. But she is nearby.
Yeah, and she's still got that letter burning a hole in her pocket.
It's a 7.
It's just, though, this is just opposed, basically strength athletics check, so he's got to just make a roll as well. All right, you try to push him off, and he is just barely able to resist you because he rolled a 9. So you push him off, and you see he just sort of grabs hold of you and prevents you from going over without also pushing yourself off. But I need you to make another d20 roll.
Okay. That's a 6.
The gun goes sliding out of your hand amidst the tussle and basically slides down the roof shingles, threatening to basically go over the edge and crash down upon the cobblestones.
It's like going down and hitting stuff and do that thing where
Yeah.
every time it bounces off something, we're just like, no.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think when Evelyn sees this happening, she'll maybe go catch the gun and be like, I think it's time maybe we put this toy away.
Just make a dexterity check to catch the gun.
The 9.
Okay. You don't quite get to it in time. You reach for it, you miss it by mere inches, and it falls and crashes and explodes on the pavement. And everybody inside hears this crack sound outside this retort as the smoke powder in the gun explodes, destroying the weapon.
By
Evelyn-
chance, did it fall off the side of the house where maybe it's the window Paulton's trying to push the body out of?
Yes.
Do I just see
Yes.
the gun fall?
You do. It actually just falls right past you
It's like,
and then explodes.
what the hell?
Evelyn hears the what the hell, and she's like, okay, kids, time to just go back inside. Let's, tiptoe, ushering them back inside.
Simon says to Squidly, Paulton's going to end you.
Not if I tell him you did it.
You wouldn't dare.
I would.
He won't believe you. He's known me longer.
Squidly kind of leans in, just looks as in. How far is Evelyn from them?
Oh, like right now, 15 feet.
It's like, all right, hear me out. What if we say she did it?
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paulton won't do anything to her. He's
No.
like crazy in love with her. Like crazy in love with her.
And he goes, I don't really know what that means, but okay.
Well, when you're a little bit older, like I am, you'll know all about love.
What's that about love, my son? I love you too. Come on, let's go inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
The body goes out the window. Lands very awkwardly.
It's like,
You didn't think a body could bend that way, but this body's done exactly that.
What are we doing with our lives?
it gets in this weird, lands in this weird shape
Yes.
in the explosion of gun. And Paul's just like, yeah, this is a really weird episode.
All right, Evelyn, you've led the boys back inside. They look like they might be in some trouble.
Paulton walks out and finds them. Just like, who threw my gun off the roof?
No one threw it. It was.
Evelyn!
She did
Says
it.
Simon.
She looks at them with this look of like, curse you and your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I'm wondering if I believe it.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. I don't know.
Evelyn's like, regardless, no one should have been able to find the gun because it should have been secured away from anyone who might want to play with it, shouldn't it?
Paulton's like, are you trying to put this on me?
I'm not saying it's anyone's fault.
You're the one who threw it off the roof. Look at these kids. Would they lie?
Evelyn looks at Paulton like, what game are we playing here?
Is Strix hearing all this? Is
Oh
this
yeah,
like,
yeah. This
room?
is
Just like-
all shared knowledge.
What? Do I need to? Do you want to stay a real boy or not, Simon? And if you want to stay a real boy, you can't lie to people or steal guns or be mean.
Why? Well, you lie to people and you're mean all the time.
But I don't lie to anyone.
Squiddly's like, ooh.
What lies have I said, Simon?
He says, well, you lie about your true feelings about Diath.
I'm sorry.
Paulton's like,
And what
damn.
are those, Simon?
Damn.
Oh, I
Like,
think
ooh, called out. Shoot.
I think we know.
I don't
Wow,
think I don't
Simon,
think
you
he should
you
be a
have
real
had
boy.
so many years of just watching and
I don't think he
observing
should be.
everyone.
I don't think he should be a real boy. I think he should. I think we should. He should be gone.
I like him. Says Squidly.
Simon, what else do you know? You seem to have a lot of ideas about what you've seen over these many years.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna walk. I walk away. I
Squid-
walk. I
Squidly's
go
like,
to the kitchen. Would you like some more pie? How about you stuff some more pie in your mouth?
Squidly points at Paul and goes, he knows that one likes you. Paul's like, oh no, they both gotta go now. He's just like, this is too meta for me. I just called myself out in a way. I cannot do this. I just start like scooching Squidly off. It's like, go, you go right now.
Simon's like,
think-
yeah, what are you waiting for? Todd?
Look, we all like each other very much in this house. We all love each other very much. We are one big family, and that is not weird or funny. It's just how we all live.
Yeah,
So-
Simon. Also, Todd. What about Todd?
Todd is our friend, and we love him too.
This is just a huge mess.
Maybe it's time that everyone took a nap.
There was a subconscious reason why I didn't turn Simon into a real boy when I was there for 50 years, probably because of this.
Oh, maybe you should have done something else along with it, like ask the parents.
I mean, I was told by my mage teacher lady.
Who?
Simon starts to yawn and says, you know, I am kind of feeling tired, which is weird.
Isn't that weird?
Very much. I think we should go upstairs and have a nap. And then he winks at Squidly.
Wow.
I mean, are you sure that's how you want to spend the rest of your hour as a
Yep.
human?
Just an hour. Just 1 hour. And that's all it's ever gonna be.
Coria says, I can make it permanent.
Let's calm it down really quick.
Hey, if Simon wants to be human, then he should be given that choice. But, Simon, you should know that we love you just the way you are in your...
I want to be human.
She wasn't done.
She didn't have to finish because I knew what she was going to say. I want to be human.
Evelyn looks at Paulton like,
Dude, I don't even know how to be funny about this. I got nothing.
when I was a construct, wouldn't you have wanted me to be able to choose to be human again?
Yes, he should be human. But, Simon, you should not assume things about your friends/family.
Yeah, your grandmother's feelings are hers for her to keep.
I just blink really hard. Like, do you promise, Simon?
Okay.
All right, I still don't believe you. Just let it be human, whatever. It's fine. I can't do that magic because I'm not good enough at magic to do that, but she can.
Remember when he was trying to kill us? That was boy, has it been a minute.
When Simon was trying to kill us?
Yeah.
Oh man, those memories.
How things have changed.
How far we've come.
All right, Perma Boy the boy.
I will need to concentrate on the spell for an hour, but I don't have to be in his presence to do so after the casting.
Well, if you're tired, Simon, then sleep feels real nice. Maybe you should just go to sleep while she does the spell and you'll wake up like this forever.
If
Squidlet.
if the member of the Bakers Guild comes while I'm concentrating on this spell, someone else is going to have to deal with him.
Nose goes.
Cut to member of the Bakers Guild standing outside looking at a broken body that's been pushed out the window of the Waffle House.
It's not inside.
And a
Not on
gun.
premises. Don't know how I got there.
Have they knocked on the door yet, or are they just outside?
Would you?
I mean,
I'd be curious.
I'd be curious.
I would have questions.
No,
This episode should be called The Big Mess.
No, there is no knock on the door, but Alcoria does begin the casting of the spell, and when she's complete, you can see her, with great concentration, just sort of sit quietly in a corner.
I don't know how wizards work, so I'm just like, shouldn't she have a book? Aren't there books for this?
I don't know. I just do magic by the grace of
I
Lathander.
do have a book, yes, but I don't carry it around because it is so big.
Wow.
Damn.
That's really
She just
neat.
flexed on you.
Everyone's being mean to Strix today, so Strix is just gonna go outside and just sit on the stoop. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go outside and sit on the stoop.
Okay.
As
I go
grandmothers do.
outside and I go sit on the stoop.
The shadow of several guards falls upon you, Strix, as you are sitting out on the stoop, and one of them politely asks why there is a dead body lying
Politely.
outside your residence.
I point at it and I look at it and I go, that's
And they don't know what it is exactly, so if you have any information about that, they would appreciate that as
Yeah.
well.
I go, that's a doppelganger. It was in the service of the Zents because they were trying to murder all of us. But
Did it
we
die of
stopped.
exasperation trying to get into your house?
I look at him and I'm like, no. Sort of,
Because
maybe.
it looks like it was dropped from your third floor window.
Looks like he's dropped like 3 or 4 times.
I don't know how this creature perished, but they are evil, and we are in the business
One of the
of
guards
stopping.
holds up his sort of tries to say, well, actually, I think they're kind of neutral, but whatever. But anyway, you see
Fair.
you see the guards say, so how did he die? It die.
I have no idea. It fell from the roof, so clearly it died from partially that.
Okay, so your official statement then is, while breaking into your house, it slipped and fell off your roof. Died.
Yeah, I guess. Yes.
They all sort of they turn and look at each other and says, "Oh, good enough for us. We'll take care of it."
Thank you for your service.
Give give Captain Woodrow our regards.
I'm sorry, Captain?
And they go off.
As soon as she hears that, she like opens the door and she goes inside. She's like, Captain.
Like, as soon as that finishes, Paulton inside is just like, I feel like we just dodged a really big thing just now.
Captain, Dieth, what are you captain of? Some guards just came by, dragged that body away, and they said you're captain.
So
Did you finally become Hokage?
So during this whole thing, I imagine Dieth was either downstairs in the wine cellar or deeper in the kitchen or something, and just keeping himself super busy.
Yep.
And just was just like, I gotta get this ready. Just very, very focused, and also processing everything that he had learned from Florio.
Yep.
Missing all the shit with Simon.
Okay.
So that when Strix finally yell out about him, that's when he finally like kind of snaps to, and then returns to the tap room area, and just goes, "What?
What do you? A guard just told me that you were Captain Woodrow.
There are
Captain
guards here?
What? Oh yeah, they just dragged that doppelganger away. It's fine.
Did they seem mad?
Yeah, did they seem mad?
Nah, I told them he fell off the roof. They probably did.
Nice. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a long climb up from the third story from my room, which I'm assuming is where it was, not that I knew.
But they said to send their regards to Captain Woodrow. So what are you captain of?
I'm a captain in the Lord's Alliance. I'm technically their superior.
You're captain. You're captain of the City Watch too.
Yeah.
What?
Captain?
Got that promotion, bruh?
But where do you still have your hat? I need to make you a new hat.
I don't know.
Look, we can talk.
Captain Woodrow standing proudly in his paper map hat.
I demand respect.
Yeah, Strix immediately starts looking to make a new hat.
Perfect, Strix. Make
Right.
me a new hat. Please do that. I will tell you about this soon. We can't worry about this right now because we still are anticipating someone from the Bakers Guild. We need to make sure everything is looking clean so that our bakery.
There's no more pee-pee all over everything.
Wait, should I look clean?
What is a baker's guild?
Halton, is all the gunpowder swept up?
From which room?
Great. Go make sure all of them are swept up.
You
What should
got
I
it,
do?
Cap.
What should I do, Captain Diaz?
Evelyn, check all the decorations, make sure everything is completely straightened up, and check on the kids and make sure that they're peacefully playing upstairs. Waffles too. We can't have any more distractions while they're here because we don't want to have any kind of bad impressions.
Strix has
Everything
a hat.
everything insta ready. Got it.
Yes.
Paulton gets like 4 steps up the stairs. He's like, "Wait, no, I got a better one." I walk back. I'm just like, ask me to do the thing again. I have a better one.
Oh, sure. Halton, please go upstairs and make sure there's no gunpowder and sweep it up.
I'll make it happen, Captain. And he starts running back up.
Strix is still standing in front of him with a new hat that says
That-
Captain.
Went much faster than I thought it was going to.
I was ready.
Well, good. Yes, take the hat.
Paulton's sweeping up gunpowder. He's like, fucking weird episode.
Evelyn, as she's made sure the children are kind of like playing peacefully, asks Nat to keep an eye on them, going around straightening things and decorations. But then as soon as she finds herself kind of alone for a moment, she is going to pull out that letter and see what it says.
Your brother very succinctly tells you that he has been named Sheriff of Amphail.
Does this surprise me?
Kind of, in a way that you never sort of expected your brother to become sort of a political kind of figure.
Yeah, because he was like part of this lordly family, but I thought he'd just kind of sit in the lap of that luxury and let
Yeah.
other people run things.
Exactly. So you're a little surprised that he would take on this responsibility, but the tone of the letter suggests that he's proud of this opportunity and maybe kind of rubbing your nose a little bit in it. You're not sure. It's a little hard to read between the lines with him because it is so succinct. There's none of the usual sort of, hey, how you doing? Hope all is going well in the church and blah, 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 blah. And, enjoy life at the spires in the morning, everything going smoothly. Nothing like that. He just tells you, hey, I got this new job. I'm the sheriff of Amphail. And, that's it.
She reads it like 3 times, trying to read between the lines.
Yep.
And then she's kind of,
You can make
Go
an
ahead.
insight check to see if you can discern anything else in the letter.
He was named sheriff of what?
my hometown.
Amphail,
Amphail.
which is a
Okay.
town north of Waterdeep.
Do you spell that Amphael?
Ail.
Amphael. Okay.
Yep.
Insight 10.
Okay, so there's a mention in there that the controlling noble families of the town basically all agreed to put him in the position, and that that's basically the Ilzimmers, the Roaring Horns, and the Amcathras, with whom you've had some other dealings. And you know that as a Marthane, he would be a natural choice to elevate to such a position because the Marthane family is held in such high regard. Still, you think that you get the impression based on the writing with your 10 that there must be some other reason other than just being able to call himself sheriff and hold the position that would attract your brother to it. You just don't know,
Right.
you just don't know what it was. You think he's got something hatching.
When you say I think he's got something hatching,
Like there's
it's
something else. Yeah, something else. His motives are not clear to you because, as you say, he was a type who just wanted to kind of live with the money and enjoy, horse riding and basically a fuck you attitude to the world.
Yeah, and I think he.
You
I
think
think
it might be to impress somebody.
Interesting. Cool. And I think he was always a little begrudging of having to kind of like hold all of the family holdings after the parents died and
Yeah.
she left and everything. So it's really weird that she's like, why would you take on more responsibility when you used to complain that you had to do everything yourself after I left? So
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. Well, that just kind of sits, and she kind of looks at this letter a few times trying to figure out why he
Yeah.
would tell her this.
Right. You don't remember the last time he wrote you with any real information about what he was doing in his life.
No. In fact, I don't think she's even heard from him since he wrote to say that their mother had died.
Yeah.
Maybe she got some like basic news from like the household, but not from
Right.
him.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
She tucks it back in her pocket and continues making everything Instagram filter perfect.
Okay. Simon has while the kids are off doing their own thing, Simon actually has a conversation with Nat and Squidly and Jinx and basically says, so now that you guys have sort of been hanging around here, and he kind of says it in a way like you guys are just hanging around, taking up space, he says, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't stay here forever.
Squidly's just like, what?
Nat's like, why not?
Have you ever thought about maybe forming your own adventuring party?
We are an adventuring party.
Yeah, but you're not going to find any adventures here. You're just going to find the same tired, oh, I love her, but I can't talk to her. And, oh, I love him, but I can't talk to him.
I don't know, man. Were you here when those assassins came up from the basement? That's pretty adventure-y.
I don't remember that. But anyway, well, this is a danger location for sure, and maybe you'd be safer somewhere else.
We don't need safe. We're adventurers.
Prove it.
I mean, I don't feel safe here a lot. My owlbear died. Made me very sad.
I mean,
It's cool
not
here. I
real.
think
let's get
it's
serious. You have a crappy wooden sword. You have a bow that fires like 20 feet, and you
no, but also gunpowder.
you have a wand that you could poke somebody in the eye with, I suppose. But I've never seen any magic come out of it. So maybe we should learn how to, like, be real adventurers.
I want to be a real adventurer.
Yeah, right.
I do. I know magic. I've seen it. I mean, maybe Strix did it, but it could be mine.
When he says that you have only a crappy wooden sword, Nat slowly pulls out the dagger and tries to look cool.
Oh, real dagger.
Holy shit!
That does seem to impress your friends.
Puts it away, and she's like, I'm a real adventurer. Ask Dieth.
Well, just something to think about.
What do you think makes a real adventurer?
Well, I came from Barovia.
What's that?
Oh, they haven't told you about Barovia?
They might have. I don't really listen.
Well, then,
Strix told me, but she just screamed for most of it.
have I got some stories for you guys.
Ooh, Squilly just sits down cross-legged.
And he begins to recount his experience growing up, as it were, in the swamps of Barovia with Granny Strix, while her friends were all dead and waiting to be brought back to life. It is a horrid, disturbing tale which you enjoy thoroughly.
All the kids are like,
Yes, and he says, and that's what adventuring is all about.
I don't want to do that.
But
It sounds like there's magic there.
yeah, and then there was the land of Chult with dinosaurs and zombies and horrible, horrible pirates and hags. I can tell you all about that.
yes, do.
It's like, I don't know what any of those are.
That sounds super magic.
Yeah.
Jenks will now sit down next to Squidly and start listening too.
All right. And then as he's telling you this story, and the day is wearing into night, and you've been hanging on his words and listening to the Waffle Crew's exploits and Simon's unique insights into their behaviors and why they can't seem to talk to each other. He suddenly realized he's very, very hungry. And I'm going to sneak down and get some food. Do you want any?
I'll get it. I can get it. You stay story. I'll bring pie.
That's all we ever eat here.
What else is
There must be some other kind of food, right? I mean, I've been
No,
to the
it's all
market.
pies.
I've been to the market many times. There's all kinds of food there. Why don't we go there and get something? Because I don't want to just eat pie for the rest of my.
Ooh.
How long do we
before-
live?
Don't you have to stay here to be magicked?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Well,
We can
before pie, I just used to eat rats off the street. Those are pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I don't like pies. They're good. Plus, like, I know where Strix keeps all of her vegetables and things.
Yeah, you don't need any more pie.
It's very rude, Simon.
Whoa!
Just so you know, I
Oh,
love
shit.
myself and I'm beautiful, and you should love yourself too, Simon.
The new me? Yeah, this is great. And don't get me wrong, I think you're great too.
Thank you.
I'm just looking out for you, buddy.
I don't like you anymore.
You should say sorry.
Um,
You need to be nice. Strix is nice. How come you didn't learn to be nice from Strix?
You can teach us about real adventuring. We can teach you about being a real nice person.
Yeah, I can teach you all sorts of ways to not be a dick.
Maybe don't listen to Squidly as much as Nat and I.
Shut up! I'm real nice.
Ow!
Yeah, well, maybe I do have a lot to learn about being a boy. Whatever, 90-something-year-old boy.
Oh yeah.
Strix was nice to you, right?
Yeah, she was cool.
Squilly goes, "What about Diaz? Do
I
you guys
I
get along?"
I don't know why she didn't turn me into a boy sooner. Must have been something up with that. I guess maybe she just didn't realize her true power.
But you and Diaz, you guys are probably best friends and always have been, right?
Well, if by Diath you mean Paulton, then yes.
No.
What?
I said Diaz, not Paulton.
No, I'm friends with Paulton.
Yeah, but I'd like to hear what you think about Diaz for no reason in particular.
What do you want to know about Diath?
I don't know. Do you like him? Is he a jerk?
No, I wouldn't say he's a jerk.
Well, that was way less interesting than I thought it'd be.
That kind of shows Squidly like, yes, not a jerk.
Oh no, please don't fight about this. They fought about this before, Simon.
Look, I just wanted to, look out for you since you like him, obviously. So,
I respect him. He is my mentor.
Why don't you two
Yeah,
talk
I
it?
know, you're
Why don't you
super-
two talk it out, and I'll go get some food for myself. Thank you very much.
can you bring extra pies?
Yes.
Cool.
Stomp, stomp, stomp. I'll even bring one for. Never mind.
Wait, for who? Wait.
He goes downstairs.
Mean.
You need to teach that kid something.
Anybody downstairs in the kitchen when Simon goes down there?
Is Strix down there? I
I
think
imagine
Strix is down
Diaz
there.
probably has Strix prepare his like her best smelling recipes for
Okay.
any prepared dishes at the time.
At this point, sundown has come and gone, and there's no sign of the member of the Bakers Guild.
Well, I feel-
Paulton walks out from cleaning the gunpowder, and he's just like covered in just like black soot, and sees Diaz. He goes, "I don't know how it happened, but there's more gunpowder now."
At that point in time, you burst into flame.
That seems about right.
Well, I made like 10 pies. Does it smell good in here now?
yeah, it smells amazing.
Evelyn will try to help put Paulton out and lay on hands as she does, like.
Diaz just assume Paulton's doing another bit.
Like, yep, it's hilarious when I'm on fire.
I don't think they're coming, DF. I don't think my pies are good enough.
Is the lady still there casting the spell? Could
At
we
this
talk-
point in time, she's probably done casting the spell, but she'll linger for a little bit just to make sure that the Bakers Guild fellow doesn't show up late. But then you can see even she's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, Diaz will look to her like, "Well, what happened? I thought you said that they're going to be coming today."
Well, they're usually reliable, but who knows?
Well, are they? Do you know if they'll come a different time or?
I'll find out if I can, and get back to you.
Please do. I hate cleaning up for nothing.
It looks nice in here, though.
Yeah, just don't go upstairs.
All right. Well, as soon as you find anything else about that, let us know as soon as you possibly can. That way we can try to make this even better than before. Until then, we'll keep making do with whatever supplies we can procure on our own.
And thanks for turning our crazy, creepy robot son
He was
into a
not
boy.
crazy or creepy. Thank you for turning our long-suffering robot son
Hmm. He was and is a good boy.
into a human because he was always a real boy.
Yes.
Alcoria will come over to Simon and says, "It was no trouble at all. My pleasure to help. I'm glad we could make it permanent. Now you can live out your life, your short little human life." And then she walks away.
That was a
And-
bit backhanded, but
And
she hasn't been very nice to me.
Simon's like, "What? How long do humans live?"
Oh, sub-century life expectancy.
It's like, how long do constructs live? He asks Simon.
Well, they technically could live forever.
Oh.
Oh, we need to teach our son about mortality.
Yeah, there was some fine print to that spell, but
Yeah, so you don't last forever because we all slowly degrade unless you bathe yourself in goat blood.
Jesus.
Yeah, you remember that?
What? Yeah. He says, now, when I grow up, I want to be a bard.
oh, Simon, do you
He just like his daddy?
do you? It's like, I won't assume. It's like, what makes you want to do that?
Because I think you're awesome, Paul.
Is-
And I want to be like you. And I
Do I
think
feel like-
I think I have talent, and I think I can entertain people and make them happy.
What do you like to play, Simon?
Or if not happy, at least distract them from the woes of their daily wretched lives.
We do that every Tuesday.
I know. And he hugs you.
Oh, I don't care if you're pandering or lying to me. I like this a lot.
Yeah, Strix is just like, I don't know. I mean, I spent 50 years with him, and it's not nice to me.
And then as he's hugging Paulton, the rest of you can sort of see in Simon's eyes a look of someone much older than he appears. There are machinations behind those glossy blue eyes of his, and he relaxes in Paulton's embrace, but you can see he's thinking about other things.
Evelyn assumes that he's planning a surprise party for everyone as a thank you.
That must be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. And that's where we'll stop.
Ah.
Oh,
He's
no.
he's like scooting he's scooting Simon upstairs. He's like, "Come on, buddy, I'm going to teach you all about the fourth wall."
I never really got that.
It's okay, you will soon.
All right. So before we leave, let us just say PAX Unplugged is over. Congratulations on all of you for surviving a DM-less session. Shouldn't have been too hard. I also want to thank Mazmataz for sending us some Christmas gifts here at the WotC offices, including this adorable baby gift in a diaper. Worth sharing. All right. I have no other announcements except we are off next week because there's a Wizards event going on, and the Wizards staff is going to be consumed next Tuesday with other things. So we decided to hold off. So our last game of the year will be not next Tuesday, but the 18th, and that will be that will send us off into the new year, and then we'll be back in January.
If you missed the PAX Unplugged merriment, you can watch the VODs on Twitch. You can watch our live episode as well as the Acquisitions Incorporated episode that Evelyn was on /PAX. And I also recommend checking out the clip section of that because a lot of people clipped really great moments, especially between Paulton and Dieth. So thank you to all of you who watched and clipped. And you can also watch our Ask the Waffle Crew Anything panel, which was, I believe, streamed on PAX 2. And that will be, again, in the videos section. And also, I don't think I'm allowed to say yet what, but we have a Christmas surprise for you, content-wise, coming out.
Yes, we
And it will happen very, very soon. So keep a close eye on all of our social media, because even though we'll be off next week, there should be something to entertain you.
Yes.
And right now, you're probably thinking to yourself, "Oh man, this sure was an insane episode. Oh, great. Oh man, that Fireside episode sure had a lot of backstory and character development. I would love to be able to talk about it, but where?"
Where?
The Dice Camera Action subreddit at reddit.com/r/dicecameraction and join in all the discussion and fan art and speculations and fan theories and etc. over at that amazing community. There's also a Dice Camera Action Discord, which you can find the link in the subreddit. So please feel free to go on over there. And
On that note,
yes.
was there like I don't know, some kind of link you could spam?
So glad you asked.
I also wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who came out and met us at PAX Unplugged. There were so many of you, and that was amazing. And also, plenty of you bought Dice Camera Action shirts, pins, and pop sockets. And we loved seeing them out in the wild. We were so thankful that you supported us that way. And if you would tweet pictures of yourselves wearing them or using them, that would make us super happy. Please tag us, and we'd love to see that. And thank you for supporting us. We really appreciate it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, it
All
was
right.
great. Great.
Also,
Cool.
it is officially D&D December, so if you are doing any
Yes.
kind of Dungeons and Dragons celebrations or really anything at all, feel free to put in the hashtag DNDecember wherever you're posting it to help join in the fun celebration.
And that's all, folks. All right, so we'll see you in a couple weeks. And until then, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.